You may or may not have seen these comments about activists like myself, Gary Yourofsky. People say we're too aggressive or that we're even violent. I think aggression and violence gets conflated all too often. So aggression is actually a good thing, because if you're not angry, then you're not paying attention. I would say if you know what's going on to the animals and you're not angry, I would suggest that you see a psychologist. So angry is completely normal in this situation. Don't let anybody shame you for feeling angry about this. And violence is a different thing altogether. They say that in sports a lot. If somebody has a good game, they say that he played aggressively or she played aggressively, right? That doesn't mean they went out and violently hurt people during that game. It means that they played really strongly and they got it done. So aggression is not a bad thing at all. And I also would suggest that those who try to say these kinds of things about activists like myself, saying that we're too aggressive, we're making the vegan movement look bad, these kinds of things are usually a projection of one's self-esteem and their lack of self-esteem in knowing that they don't feel comfortable being in that situation where they would tell someone that much truth, because they would imagine that that would be confrontational. So I'm going to try to destroy that myth that it's confrontational for you, because I've never had anybody react confrontationally to me. And it's not just me. We've got Hudson in the back, who's half my age, half my size, and he's applying this to people twice his size. You know what I'm trying to get at here? There's been no violent response to anything I'm teaching you here. Don't build it up in your head and manifest this before it even happens, that people are going to be aggressive towards you, because telling people the truth shouldn't be perceived by you as something that will start a fight. Because if you perceive it that way, maybe others will pick up on that. But if you just think that you're telling people the truth because that's the loving thing to do, then people will pick up on that as well. And they respect truth. People respect people who tell them the truth. Have you ever heard the expression that you don't lie to your friends? You shouldn't lie to your friends. Well, if you extend that to the public, isn't that what being compassionate is? So people conflate veganism with compassionate living a lot of the times as well. I don't think not stabbing animals to death is necessarily compassionate. I just think that's the sane and rational thing to do. But people also claim that this approach is not compassionate, that we're not being compassionate to the abusers, not giving them a chance. But that's nonsense, because I'm a street activist. That's all I do, is educate people. I give people a chance to wake up to this like I was. I'm not forcing people to go vegan. That's physically impossible to do. If that was possible, I'd probably be doing it right now, but you can't do that. So you have to focus on just talking to people and hoping they wake up. And that is the most compassionate thing that you can do, is offer people education. But again, telling people the truth is truly the most loving thing that you can do. I don't know why we think it's hateful. People say you're shaming people. We're not necessarily shaming people. We are making people feel guilty though, because how else are we going to make people go vegan if they don't feel guilty? Isn't that why you went vegan? Because you felt incredibly guilty for what you were contributing to? Well, why would we avoid having others feel that? Why would we try to avoid that? Why would we dance around the topic and compromise on the message and pander when that's the goal, is for them to feel guilty? This is the real form of compassion that I see that we need to bring into this movement more, is telling non-vegans the truth.